wanted to give you guys some information about riding the Metrolink or the commuter train. These trains run in Southern California. This train is coming from the Inland Empire into the going to Union Station. The trains start very early in the morning, and right now I am walking towards the train that I want to be in. It's usually 5 or 6 trains attached, one after the other, and you just make sure you have your ticket. Most people have it on their phone, but they sell daily, 5-day, 10-day, and monthly passes. And before you come onto the side where you can step onto the train or onto the platform, as they call it, you want to already have your ticket. So now I'm walking back. I'm walking into the train. There is the first level, and as you can see how they have the seats. This is the restroom. They are usually pretty clean, but mind you, right here, these restrooms are early in the morning. This train is at the platform. This is the start of the train. There is also a water faucet, so if you have something, a container or cup, and you need water, you can get it. And I'm just showing you the different views of the train. They have doors on both sides, so depending on where the platform is where they'll let you off. This is considered the middle section that we just passed, and now I'm going to the top section. The top section normally has like 4 tables, 2 on each side, and then the chairs. As you can see, there are plenty of windows. I'm going back down on the other side to the middle section. This is where, if the train were moving or you wanted to switch to another train, that door ahead is where you could do that. There are also usually tables in the middle section, and that's what you're seeing here, this middle section. So some do's and don'ts as I am switching trains. There are signs sometimes that say don't put your feet in the seats. That's to me kind of a given. If you are playing music or on a phone call, you should have headphones as to not disrupt other people. This is a different train, different car, but again, this is the start of this route, so the restroom should be clean. This is the bike section train. So if you ride a bike or you have a big scooter, you want to park your bike, your big scooters in these areas and sit in this area so that you can watch your items. Now I do find that because most people that are commuting are going to work, I haven't seen any real issues on the train. Probably the biggest one being someone gets on the quiet train, and I'll talk a little bit about that more, and they're either on their phone or they're talking loud. Most people this early in the morning are either just trying to sleep or work, and so it's pretty peaceful. I haven't seen where people have tried to take or bother anybody, and you start to see regular people on the train, and I really don't think, they would allow it if you happen to doze off and somebody tried to, grab your backpack or go in it or something. I really don't believe people would allow it. I know I wouldn't. See how she has her feet in the chairs? They ask you not to do that. She also has a bag next to her. So in that space, what she's basically saying is, I don't want anybody next to you or next to her. And I've had that happen when the train has been crowded. And they could be in a section where there's 4 chairs. They have a bag in one chair across, they have their feet in another one, and they're sitting in one. So they're taking up 3 of the 4 chairs. And if it's crowded, I'm going to ask you to, move your stuff or say, excuse me, so I can get in the seat. And here is the quiet card. And so there's no talking. You need your headphones, and they're telling you to stay off of your cell phone. This is so that people can relax and rest as they ride the train. The majority of the people pay attention and they follow the directions, and the ride is really, really, really quiet. And off we go. This is the start of my particular train ride. What I like about riding the train is you get to focus on the sights around you. You don't have to worry about traffic. So you can get lost in your thoughts, and you get to see things you wouldn't necessarily see. Sorry for the turning of the camera, no telling what I was doing while holding the camera. But I like that I don't have to focus on the road and can actually look out the window and take in what I'm seeing. Here I am recording people that are just riding the train, and I don't remember if this was going in or actually riding home, because I took these clips at different times. But this is a regular train car, so talking is allowed. And as you can see, people are just minding their own business and doing what they do, very respectful of others. The conductor will announce every single stop, and when the train first takes off, it reminds you of what train you're on, where that train is headed, and will announce each and every stop. And then as you approach, get close to the stop, they will announce which stop you're at or coming up to. And I am providing this particular clip to show you that you are not at any stop for a very long time. Watch how fast these doors open and close. They will open them, but before the conductor closes them, he's actually kind of hanging out of one of the doors and will announce that the doors are closing. You can see the ticket booth right there. So at every stop there is a ticket booth. And if you get caught not having a ticket, the fines are pretty hefty. But watch, you had somebody enter at the other door. So it gives people time to enter, and the train is closing and off. This is a whole train delay. This is the second train that had passed. We had at this point been sitting about 5 minutes. So if I had to talk about a downfall of riding the Metrolink, it would be this. Union Pacific owns the railroad, and the agreement is because they own the railroad and they allow the commuter trains to use them, that they have the right of way. So the commuter train gives the right of way to Union Pacific and allow their trains to go through. On my route, I rarely get delayed for anything, but it has happened. One night in particular, the track signal was broken, and so we could not go through. I got on the train at 5:30, and that particular night they end up having buses come get us, and the buses stopped at every stop, but of course had to deal with traffic, and by the time we waited thinking the train was going to start at some point, waited for the buses to get there, um, I got home about, or back to my car at the parking area for Metrolink about 11:15. And I will say, if there's a significant delay, Metrolink will offer you a $50 Uber credit or a coupon. It's a credit, and oftentimes people will get together, 3 or 4 people, especially if it's a distance, and pay for the ride. I'm trying to think what else would be a downfall. Usually the trains are pretty good timing wise. And unless there's some significant delay, you can count on the trains being on time. I wanted to make sure I share it with you guys what it looks like to ride into LA, i.e., the Union Station. Here you see another train on the side of us, but we are also pulling in. Before we get there, the conductor will announce last stop, everyone off the train. Take a look around, make sure you're leaving no belongings, and oftentimes ask you to take your trash with you. And so, because people are picked up at different stops, when you get off at Union Station, there are quite a few people getting off. So be careful with when you're stepping off the train. Be careful when you're standing waiting to get off the train, because an abrupt stop you could fall. So here we are, pretty much at the platform, and of course, you know, you got to wait until the train comes to the complete stop, and that they open the doors before you are able to get off. Usually I'm in the quiet car in this clip, and there's not a whole lot of people that, you know, usually ride in the quiet car. I find the other cars are more full, but we are approaching, you know, or about to stop. Now, when we get off, there are 2 ways down. There are stairs that take you down, but I am headed towards the ramp. The stairs are the way the camera was just pointing. I'm headed to the ramp. So if you have a bike, if you have a wheelchair, if you have a scooter, you have access to get that stuff up and down as needed. I say often in mornings, I think, you know, as people are getting off the train, it's pretty busy at Union Station. It's like we're a bunch of people just herded together, is what it reminds me of. I only have to take this commute a couple of days a week, and I'm thankful for that. But the ramp is pretty long, and but it gets you to where you need to go to. I am headed towards the main hallway. I want to say, yes, you can eat on the train. They just ask you to take your trash with you. That way is the front of Union Station. I'm saying we're at the back. The signs up front tell you where your particular train you find it, and you find the gate or the ramp for it. And they also usually have ambassadors in the area that if you need help, you can ask them and they will help you figure out where you're trying to go. Now, as I walk towards this area that I'm about to get into, see, there's a stairwell there to go for those sections. So there's stairs again and the ramp. But this section here, if I take the stairs up or the escalator up, this is where the buses are, or if there's a shuttle. In particular, my job has a shuttle that can pick you up, and I am headed towards the Metro rail system, or Metro line as it's called. You come in and you go downstairs, and you can take the trains under Union Station that will connect you to certain places. So I have to take two rails to get where I'm going if I take the rail system. One that's underground, and then I go up, and when I get off, I go up the stairs and get on another one, and then I walk maybe 5 minutes to get to my job. Hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching.